Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the journey of 1,000 steps and how to stay focused. Hello everyone, today I want to talk about focus, and in particular I want to draw on that sacred book, the Lao Tzu, and we're going to talk about the journey of 1,000 steps. And we all know the saying that a journey of 1,000 steps begins with a single step, and really the timeless knowledge of the Lao Tzu will really sort of influence our ideas of focus right now. This is all ancient knowledge. Like, there's reasons why we were able to progress as a species. Yes, we might not have had the latest iPhone. I know I smash Apple a bit, they're a great company, I'm just talking about technology in general. But we were able to reach the deepest recesses of the human mind 2,500 years ago. We were able to produce classical architecture and beautiful poetry. I mean, no one's outdone Shakespeare for 500 years. So this concept that we keep getting smarter and smarter, it's a fictional concept of people who are selling things to you that think that you're doing really well. This ancient knowledge is what we need to observe. And as always, I'm going to start with a quote. And that quote is by the great Lao Tzu. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Lao Tzu, the Lao Tzu. Why is Lao Tzu saying that? Now, you cannot take a journey of 1,000 miles without a step. And wanting to take a journey of 1,000 miles does not mean you will take it. Thinking about a journey of 1,000 miles will not get you to the end. The only thing that gets you through a 1,000-mile journey is a step. Now, in order to keep people focused on that, you need that simple, timeless wisdom of being present. Nothing is done outside of the present. When you're planning a trip to the moon, as the Americans were doing in the 60s, you could only simply plan or build what you had directly in front of you. You can sit there all day with wonderful concepts of what it would be like and how to get there, but the action in the moment was the only thing that could actually take you there, your vehicle. This is illustrated by an amazing concept. And this video I used to watch, especially when I was struggling to understand how I was going to find myself. And this is from a movie, an interesting movie actually. It's not a movie you think would be very spiritual or a great movie about focus, but it's a movie where Al Pacino gives a speech and his team is trying to win, a very, very important game, and they're all thinking about the future of the team. They're thinking that if they lose this game, they're going to move the team to another stadium and they'll all lose their jobs and vast consequences. So he uses the concept that Lao Tzu talks about in this speech, and I want to play that for you right now.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. When you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Hell yeah.
They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's the team, gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Inch by inch, yard by yard. Now, I love that speech by Al Pacino, and I've got to apologise to everyone in my life before I understood this. Geez, I apologise for not being there with you. And what I really mean to all my friends and family was, I know I was thinking about the future. I was projecting the money I was going to make. I was really worried about my plans and how to provide best for the people around me, how I was going to build charities and schools in Palestine. I know I was always projecting. I was never really there. And being here is the only way you can impact people's lives. And, that's a personal, once again, you can learn through others' mistakes. My mistake was I lived the majority of my early life always in the future, which was not a great place to live. Now, the biggest task can be broken down into small pieces, and that's how we get the factory line. Building a car, in fact, I'll tell you a great story. I think Henry Ford flew to Germany to talk to the Benz family and to talk to them about cars and car production. I believe it was someone from the Benz family who once said, Henry Ford, I believe that there'll be a day where the richest kings of Europe will drive cars. And Henry Ford said, I think there'll be a day where the poorest people of my country drive cars. And the German laughed and said, well, that could never happen. Cars are so complex to make, there will only ever be a few people around the world who can put one together. And he said, well, my idea is not that someone makes a car. My idea is that one person makes a steering wheel, one person makes a seat. That's all easy. And then we put it all together. So a great way of how to you can build your life step by step. Do what you can with what you've got right now. My great friend Les Brown says all the time, something that resonates with me. There's a reason why you have 365 videos to watch and not 7. And, I've seen some programs that are in the self-help arena or the spirituality arena where they read one book and you'll be saved, or do these things and you'll find enlightenment one step at a time. And yes, it can happen instantly, but only while you're in the present. So let's look at some key techniques. I'm going to go through 4 steps on how to remain focused. Now, number 1 is to accept that you may not succeed with the task at hand. Procrastination, or resting before you're tired, is all about fear and worry. Do the job poorly if you can't do it at all. Just start. The concept that you have to get it right keeps so many people from ever trying. Yes, you'll make mistakes, but you'll get better. When a child starts walking, they always fall over. But no one walks over and goes, right, you couldn't get that one, let's move on to something else. You just start. Don't expect to do it perfectly. You didn't do anything perfectly the first time. So don't let that stop you. Number 2, accept that you may not make progress in other areas of life while you focus on this. Now, that's a classic thing. When you have a big task at hand, you need to understand that your time is limited. And when you do put everything you have into it, you need to be aware that other areas of your life may strain or there may not be enough time. It's a real important lesson for me as I make these videos. Obviously, it's incredibly time consuming to produce one video per day. So I need to be aware that what's happening with my family, my friends, and nature, and is the healer looking after is the healer looking after themselves? Because if I don't, then ultimately something will suffer. So you need to be aware that as you go on these journeys and these processes, what else may start to not get enough attention, and how can you maybe fix that for the meantime? Number 3, believe what you're doing is worthy. Whatever you're doing right now took 14.6 billion years of creation to get here, okay? And if it's washing the dishes, I don't care. That's what the cosmos wants right now. If you weren't washing the dishes right now, or more appropriately, if you weren't watching this video right now, which I know that's what you're doing, the universe would disappear and shrink into vapor. How do I know that? Because it can be no other way. The Tao, the way of things, teaches us that what's happening right now is basically the congruence of all the life force of the universe. Now, if you don't think what you're doing right now is worthy, you're basically slapping the universe in the face and saying, I don't care. What you're doing is worthy, and I don't care if you're learning how to ride a motorbike or learning how to speak another language or even learning how to vacuum the floor properly. It's a worthy task because you're doing it. And number 4, so important, something I've had to learn, let go of results. I remember someone asked me, how many viewers do you want for the 1 Year Life Challenge? And I was like, 1 would be nice, 1 would be awesome. I'm like, no, but really, how many would be the perfect amount? I don't know. As many as I can or as little as I can. Having results really frustrates you in the process. And think about it. Let's say together we wanted to have 1 million viewers of the 1 Year Life Challenge, and that was our goal. As all the viewers right now, as we all join our collective consciousness together, what happens if I get 1,000,001? I just didn't hit that goal. So the result you have to let go. The universe will give you exactly what it's going to give you, whether you want it or not. Whether you say, I want 1,000 apples or 100 apples, you will get exactly how many apples you're going to get. Let go and focus on the development and the present moment that you're building the task at hand. And the final step, if you're not focused, that's okay. You can be focused in an instant. It only takes a microsecond to become focused. If you're losing track, just like everything in life, you can come straight back to it. And finally, Dr. Martin Luther King, once again, thank you, the universe, for putting that individual together. A great bloke. He had a quote and he said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." And on that beautiful note from Dr. Martin Luther King, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for tomorrow's video. You don't have to see all the videos, you just have to see tomorrow's video. You don't have to see 365 videos, you just have to watch this video right now, and then the rest will come together later. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.